Sean got good from working with those guys. Lawrence Larkins, Bobby Green, Joe.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so he's like, he used to say it like, none of the other guys want to go with me. He used to say, you guys. And I'm like, what do you mean, you guys? And he just say it, you black guys. All the guys work with me. You know?
He's right now like
he's a fucking gnarly guy.
The top of the division.
He is.
You know, he's up there. That fight is a really interesting fight because Pereira will oblige him in the stand-up.
Yes.
It's going to be like, how does he choose to fight this?
I think
I would like to see.
And he's a good ground guy. He's got great ground that he's shied away from. I think that happens to fighters as we go through this transition of being crowd pleasers. Like for instance, Justin Gaethje started out wrestling and he realized the energy it takes for one, but two, he's having so much more people and the excitement behind the stand-up aspect of it, you know?
Yeah, he became a big-time crowd pleaser.
Crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Sean wants to be a crowd pleaser. Even after he won that last fight, he's like, fuck, I'm sorry. Like, I wanted to bring more of a show to you guys. He's a crowd pleaser.
He's a real fighter. Sean's real, for real.
Bring that shit. Let's go.
That's why I used to use him. So I would take Bobby in to go train with him because Sean was one of those guys, I don't give a fuck who you are. You know, like, I'm going to come hard.
Right.
So everybody kind of in the area was intimidated by Bobby in a lot of ways.
And intimidated by Sean, too.
We're going to figure out what's going on when those two fight because Pereira is a wicked striker. But Pereira had a good fight in his last fight with, was it
I fought on the same card
Bruno
with
Silva? Was that the guy he fought? The Brazilian cat who was a really good striker, man. He caught him with
Was that the New York
shots.
card? Or did he fight after that?
No. When was that card? Was that on the New York card? Who was Alex Pereira's last opponent?
How many fights he has?
Bruno Silva. I just didn't want to fuck
Okay,
it
so he
up.
fought again.
He fought Bruno after he knocked out that one cat.
Yeah, I fought on that card with him, yeah.
Yeah, so he knocks out that one cat with a flying knee.
Yes.
And then
I was on
he
that card
fights
with him,
Bruno Silva. So that was the Bruno Silva fight was the second. Oh,
unanimous decision.
Michaelitis. So that was his first two UFC fights. So one decision. But Bruno Silva's fucking real. He's a really good striker. It was a good fight. It was like Bruno Silva tested him. Pereira won, and Pereira wobbled him a few times and had him in real big trouble. But it's going to be real interesting with Strickland because Strickland has a high volume approach too. He stays on you.
Yeah.
And it's going to be interesting to see like how he deals with. That's a elite striker in Pereira. Pereira is a fucking Amazon warrior. I mean, that dude's something real.
I dealt with the same dude, so this can be a great question. Is he going to be a tough guy and try to be a tough guy and stand, or is he going to be humble and try to win? You know,
Did you say this a Strickland or both guys?
I'm talking about Strickland.
Strickland.
Yeah.
So what do you think's his path to win?
His path to win, his easiest path would take him down. He's got a great ground game.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see that. You know,
I don't
really
know how
stands
much
up with everybody, but you know, Pereira's been taken down before. Michaelitis took him down.
But the question is, Sean going to do it?
Right.
We haven't seen that lately. He's become
There'll be
more of the striking base.
It's maybe he'll just test the waters. You know, maybe he's going to test the waters. Pereira's got real fucking power, man. Real power.
Yeah.
He's got like world championship power, and he's the only guy to ever hold 2 titles consecutively in glory. He was the 85 and the 205 champion.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, at the same time. So he's like,
I just know him as his whole claim to being
test.
Izzy, you know?
yeah. Well,
That's
he
his
did
whole claim
knock
to fame.
out Izzy.
Yeah.
But it's also he trains with Glover, and Glover's resurgence, I think, is directly connected. It's the same timeline as Pereira training.
wow.
with him. It's on the same timeline. I mean, it's not that Glover wasn't always elite. He's always been elite. Glover's one of the best fighters in the
maybe
world,
added
for sure.
something to him.
But I think, I think
addition.
having a fucking straight up assassin, that dude's terrifying.
Yeah.
He's a fucking assassin. You zig when you should have zagged with Pereira. It's night-night.
Yeah.
I mean, he makes everybody go to sleep. If you watch some of his fights in glory, like, holy shit, man. Power for striking is the strangest thing because you really can't. You can get people to hit a little harder. Like, there's things you can do, like cable drills. There's some explosive plyometrics that can increase your punching power and your kicking power a little bit, but not much. Not much where no one's ever gonna like mistake you for Melvin Manhoof or something like that. There's certain people that just have fucking crazy power. This guy has this fucking freakish, disproportionate power where it doesn't make any sense. Like, you look at him, you're like, oh, what are you made out of? Like, you're built different. He hits people and just sends them flying. Like, everybody goes unconscious.